Hello. You guys are not seeing anything, and also the camera's in the wrong place. Give me a second. Oops. Streamer moment. I think it's that one, and then that one. Yeah. And then the camera. I think I just have to. Oh man, it's been a while. It's because I was playing Mugenics last week because I was kind of waiting on stuff to craft, so I moved the camera around, and I guess I forgot to put it back. It's my bad. Reset transform. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll just go with it. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of GTNH. How's everybody doing? Is game audio? Yeah, you can hear that. All right. Just making sure. Anyways, welcome back. It's been a little bit since the last episode. Apologize for that. It's been about 4 days since the last stream. I've been a little preoccupied with a bunch of stuff, but I am back into the GTNH action. We're ready to get back into it. I have a bunch of stories to tell. Not really stories, but like little anecdotes, right? But I have a bunch of stuff to talk about that I feel like talking about, so we'll get into it as I feel like. But on the last episode, I have no idea what we did, but I know towards the end we set up a bunch of recipes, and most of them did finished. There's a couple things that got stuck along the way, but I did join throughout the break, or throughout the couple of days I was out, just to check on the progress and fix recipes, and it's just the normal stuff that I did. But good news, the Continuum Ripper, which is part of the Q of T tier 4, is good to go. And then this stuff here is not quite ready, but it's actually literally about to finish crafting. So I'm just going to leave that working in the background. It should finish pretty soon, actually. So that's pretty nice. And then I think the other thing we also crafted was 400 UMV wireless energy hatches. And they did finish, and I could not wait to set them up, so I just set them up right now. These were intended for the ass line so that they run twice as fast, especially for things like the quantum circuit. That stuff's going to be like so much faster. So nice. I think it's like 4 times as fast. I don't really know how the math works out. It's probably 4 times. So that's going good. And also there was a mistake that I made last episode. Now I remember. So I think one of the things we did is we upgraded the amount of power that the DTPFs take up, right? So they all have 137 billion using these target hatches. And the funny thing was that I did not consider it during that episode, but we did not have enough throughput in our capacitor bank, this guy. Because if we look at UEV capacitor, that's what we had before. This thing can only support up to 1 trillion. That's already a ton. But if you do the quick math, 137 billion times 8 plus whatever this is consuming was way more than like 2 trillion. So I left it running at the end of last episode, and then I came back the next morning, and then it was like, yeah, all your stuff is out of power. I was a little like, uh-oh. So what I did, I actually did craft the UIV capacitor. This was something we were able to do. And this one has a capacity of 100 trillion, I think. 1, 2, 3. That's 100 trillion, right? Yeah, let's go with that. 100 trillion. So that's right there, which means we can power our stuff now. But now I know it's a good learning lesson. I have to account for the throughput because we did not have enough for the lasers. Anyways, other than that, let's see what else is crafting. The casings themselves are crafting. And that's also why we needed the UMV energy hatches as well, because we could not craft the QFT parts without them, because it needs UXV. Which means up-tiering UMV, I think. So this is good to go. And then I think we also set up the, this guy for the field generators for the UMV component. So we're doing pretty good. So today's plan, I already know what I'm going to work on. And it's just something that has crept up on me that I did not realize until I started crafting all this stuff. Hello, Rose. I will get into Dead Frontier right now. But one of the things that has crept up on me is Sunnarium. So I tried to work on this last episode by spamming a bunch of bees, if you guys remember. But that's nowhere near enough to support my requirements. I consume this stuff constantly. And it's also an issue. It's always with the Dyson Swarm modules. I always have some bottleneck preventing me from crafting this. Every time I craft it, it needs like 20,000. And so I really need to improve Sunnarium. So that's one of the things we're going to do today. And also, before I forget, I have this other dummy thick crafting manipulator plan that's actually for this group of machines, because that's also what I'm trying to get into, is finish up the like the little template of machines that I like to have, where like each one's connected to 32 channels. So I'm trying to finish these group of 4 machines. So that's probably, I'm just going to do that right now before I forget. And I think I had it like this. So I set up the pattern. I just copied this one times 100, which should be more than enough for both of these. Keyword being should. We'll hope it is. Okay, so part of the reasons why I've been preoccupied, get into story time, right? Because I finally talked about what I was working on for the past couple of episodes in terms of GT&H and outcome, and like what we did last episode. So I've been a little preoccupied because I've had a job interview today, actually. So the past couple episodes I've been like, or past couple of days I've been like trying to focus on that, actually trying to fix my sleep schedule, because it's been pretty wild. I sleep at ungodly hours sometimes. So I'm trying to get that under control. So I've been a little distant from the streaming stuff, but I'm back. The job interview did go pretty well, I would say. So here's hoping that I landed. It's already like the 4th interview. Please, at this point, just give me the job. If you guys are watching this, I'm joking. Take your time, but I'm just saying. Hello, Allie. No, but I feel pretty good about it. I've never been into an interview round, like 4th round. That's a lot of interviews. I've never been that far. Granted, the first 2 were screening interviews, right? They were just asking like, "Hey, do you exist?" Pretty much. So after that, it's been like 2 actual interviews. Let me copy from here, actually. Hello, the Sena. Hello. I don't know why I refer to you like that. Planning. Oh, you know what? How's it going? It's been a couple episodes. Or I keep saying episodes instead of days. It's been a couple of days since the last episode. Just been a little bit preoccupied with interviewing stuff. And I did finish up an interview today earlier. Too long didn't read. I feel like it went pretty good. But of course, we'll see how it goes. And I feel like I say that constantly, because that's pretty much the only thing I can say. But I feel pretty good about it. Other than that, I did start visiting another park. So that's another excuse of mine why I've been preoccupied, is that this park, it's a Bastrop State Park in Texas. It's an hour away from me, which means traveling back after a very long hike, I'm too tired to stream. And I would say that's a good excuse, because I'm getting I'm really getting my steps in. So I really like this park because it's pine trees, and I'm a big fan of pine trees. I don't know if you guys can how do I say it? Understand where I'm coming from, but like there's just nothing like a cool looking tree. pine trees are one of the coolest, and they also smell really nice. It's like a pine tree forest, and I didn't like. I know Texas has pine trees, but towards the east, and I didn't realize within an hour from me there were pine trees. So when I went to the park, I did not even know it was a pine tree forest. So I got down to the park and I was like, what the heck? These trees are massive. And I really liked it. No, hang on. Goes right over here. But that is another park that I am going to accomplish. This one is also really big. Oops, one. So the first day I was there, oh, I didn't copy this, did I? Hang on. Nah, I don't need to. I can just do that. The first day I was there, I've only been there one day because, again, it is an hour drive. So finding the motivation to drive that much, I have to look for the motivation. But first day, I also like the first day, the amount of distance I walked was like 4.75 miles or so. We're gonna round up to 5 miles because I can, and that is that's my personal best in one day. I have like a little tracker app on my phone that tracks it. So I'm proud to say that I've beaten my all-time best, and at 4.72, 4.76 miles. It's about 2 hours worth of walking. Mark paste. Oh no, I messed it up. But definitely another park. It's immediately, as soon as I saw the pine trees, I was like, this is like my favorite park already. And if you haven't seen pine trees, then you would understand if you saw them. They're so pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like that. Double check. We want this to be 16 rows. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. I should have enough stuff for this because I copied that one machine in the front 100 times. So it should be enough for everything. And then I need a bunch of the dense cables. A big win, it really was. I felt pretty proud. Also exhausted because that's not easy. Especially being like the fact that I'm like, I admitted I'm kind of a big dude. And walking 5 miles at 5 miles, it's not easy for me. But I'm getting there. It just takes practice, really. It was an adventure, though. Like I said, man, pine trees are so pretty. If you have a forest nearby, that just any forest, really, I recommend checking it out. And I guess why I really like that, like the pine trees, is because they're very different from what I usually see. Around the parts of Texas I'm at, I see things like pecan trees. You know, you got mountain cedar, the same kind of stuff that makes you sneeze nonstop. You have stuff like oak, of course. Oak is everywhere. You got mesquite trees, which are towards the south. You know, the sweet desert trees. You got those guys. That's gonna bother you guys, right? Why is that facing? I don't get it. Why are you facing that way? It's gonna bother me, and I know it's gonna bother you, so I'm gonna fix it real quick. But what we don't have near me, or at least within an hour of me, well, now that I know there's now pine trees near me. So one of the forests that I would love to visit is a cypress forest. I want to see those cypress trees. They're really pretty. I think we even have cypress here. Yeah. It's this really big tree. I don't think this really does it justice unless I plant it, and I don't feel like going through forestry right now. Okay, so this is our bending machines, fully upgraded, all of them with UEV. This is 32 channels, all right. And the next step is getting this guy copy pasted as well. Wait, before I do that, it's changing. So I just want to do this so that there's a selfish reason. The reason I want to do this is because of the fluid solidifiers. I do intend on having this the same way as those machines where I have 32 at a time. But these are so big that it doesn't fit here and it's going to go into the DTPFs. So I'm actually going to copy paste this build somewhere else. And if I fill this up, I would have space. So chances are it's going to be right here and then extend out there. Probably what it's going to look like.
Drink time.
Drink time. I'm actually a little thirsty. Thank you. Nothing special. It's just water. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, but I am glad to get back into some GT&H. It's been a while. Mark paste. Oops. We have a playthrough to finish. Boo egg joke? Oh, you know what? I just thanks for reminding me. The whole reason I named the stream for today is I like my eggs Sunnarium side up. It's because we're having Sunnarium problems. And someone last episode told me I'm gonna have issues, and then I think it was Mr. Extreme. He mentioned a long time ago, a couple months ago, about why he loves glowstone farming. Like right now we have 1 billion, but I'm gonna chew through this like crazy. And at the time, I was like, why do you even need glowstone? This isn't used that much. I totally understand now. It's because I think one of the best ways to make Sunnarium is to fusion reactor with helium plasma and molten glowstone. Otherwise, you would have to use like a molecular transformer, and I don't want to. I think it's just efficient to use the fusion recipe. So we're gonna have to farm glowstone probably, and this is what I intend to do for a Sunnarium, is use this recipe. But the past big crafts I've been doing, I have issues with Sunnarium. Like we don't produce it very slow, like 17,000 every couple minutes, but it gets eaten by the Dyson Swarm. So every time I do like 1024, it just it eats all of it. That's what he told me. I remember that. He just told me, yeah, using Twilight Wraiths, I think, for glowstone. There's also a dupe recipe, especially since we have How laggy do you think this would be? We have infinite Essentius, and like technically because of the thing, but there's no way this machine can be as fast as EEC, right? I thought about it though. Install twist. No. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to get the Stargate achievement. I don't think I'm going to do another run, and I'm only saying that because I don't know what my like employment situation is going to be in a couple months, or at least after the playthrough finishes. And admittedly, I would not want to play GTNH if I'm not streaming it, because it's one of those mod packs for me. I feel like shorter term packs are a little better for like let's plays, and like huge packs like this are like kind of suited for streaming, only because there's a lot more like continuous conversation you can have between episodes. That's what I'm thinking. How about hours left in your lifetime? I'll finish it by then. I'm not worried. Hello, by the way. I don't know if I said hello. I'm just talking out loud. Mark copy. From here to there. Oh, damn. Sorry. Oh, you know what it is? The transform. I remember doing this for whatever reason, and I forgot to set up the transform. That's why it all flipped around. So technically, these are all wrong, but it doesn't matter. Oops. It doesn't matter, though. It's okay. That's not true. Who's Evan Williams? Is that a reference I don't understand? I'm gonna not understand a lot of references. Mm-hmm. A bottle of whiskey. Okay, yeah, I don't understand that. Well, that's not true. I did essentially chug a bottle of whiskey for like a week straight. That's just an exaggeration. I wasn't chugging it. Okay, I'm glad we had enough blocks for this. Oh, that's a nice noise. How laggy is this gonna how much lag is this gonna cause? Probably. That's the best answer I can give you. 4 shots. I think I took like 6 shots on the one stream, the first stream that I was doing, where I was partaking in the adult beverage. I took like 6 shots, I think, and by the end of the episode, I was like, no, I can't stream anymore. Tempted to buy an RV. Yo, so it was a random train of thought that I had a couple weeks ago. I just randomly blurted out on the Discord, like, hey guys, what if I just rent a camper or like buy a camper and exist and then make my living off of trail hiking content creation? Just do a full 180 on my GTNH live stream and just stream myself walking. Because I've been really enjoying the trails a lot lately. I'm sure you know that. And what if I just like get an RV and exist out there? It's just a thought. I don't think I'm actually going to commit to it because I like my modern conveniences. That's not bad, but it's not a bad idea. But how would that even work? Have like a whole like harness, right, with the computer in front of me, and I'm gonna fall over. There's gonna be one episode I just fall over on my face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened to the connections? Oh, that's not a good sign. What the heck? Something connected it's not supposed to. Oh, you know what it is probably. Yeah, it's you. This one connection destroyed everything. I think I just have to turn off this thing, right? And then flip it up, I think. There you go. Okay. Oops, I broke my entire network. It's so scary to think about, like, so late in the game. That's a recipe I can fix, by the way. I can make a superconductor alloy in TTPF. That's just one of the few things that's like, I don't know what breaks whenever that happens. Okay, but okay. Goal completed. I got this ready. Full GTNH playthrough while walking, hiking the PCT. Is that the Pacific something trail? I saw a map somewhere today that was like explaining the trails, like the major trails in the US, and there's quite a bit. Okay, got you. This is so cool though. We're never gonna have issues with bending it. Less likely to fall to your death on it. Got you. So so it's like I mentioned earlier that I had a job interview today. It's for an application engineering job, and if I do land it, hopefully, I'm gonna end up in Idaho of all places. It's kind of like a not necessarily remote work. It's a hybrid work, and the client is based over there. So it would be a very big change of pace because I've never actually been to Idaho. I've been to the Northwest, but not Idaho. But I'm not too like nervous about it either. I think it's going to be like it's a nice change of pace, especially. But I checked the area, and it's surrounded by mountains and forests, and it's like I think this is going to be nice. Broaden my hiking horizons, I guess. You get it? I said horizons. Hello, Fraki. Okay. So first goal completed. We got the million machines set up. All the pink dudes. Those are all set up. Next up, it's just fixing recipes. It's going to be a simple episode today. So superconductor base can be done in the DTPF now, so I'm going to do that. Yes, absolutely. Whenever I move out, if I do land the job, it's going to be new horizons for me. And then just disappear. And then, no, I'm joking. Where are we in the progression? Pretty good progression, actually. The main goal right now is to fix our Sunnarium problems. It's not too bad, though. It's mostly just following this recipe because most of our Sunnarium, if not all of it, is coming from bees, and it's not very fast. But other than that, we did just achieve... I think this finished, right? Yeah, okay. We did just achieve QFT Tier 4. Major upgrade for us. So that finished crafting over a couple days. That's done. Set that up whenever I feel like it. Other than that, I think the next major step is Godforge, which I hate to say it. I said last week I was gonna get it by the end of the week, and I didn't. That's because I just didn't. Things kept getting stuck when I was crafting the QFT stuff. But that's the next step is Godforge, and I can show you the quest as well. Right over here. The group I'm in just got a 60K grant. Yo. If only I can get 60K Sunnarium every second, that'd be so nice. Also, does this recipe even work? It looks like fluid extraction is the next thing I want to work on. I would like to have, I'm going to bookmark it, making something specifically just for Nequatria, which I think we did set up a QFT for it, but I just haven't set it up. So most of my Sunnarium is coming from bees. I can even show you over here. We have a bunch of Sunnarium bees in here in our apiary. Get out of my inventory. Stop it. Get out. Okay. Yeah, it's we get most of our Sunnarium here, but you can see it's very slow. And we have like 20 bees in here. And this is not cutting it. So we're gonna pivot to doing the fusion recipe. And then farming glowstone, because this is the issue now. Farming glowstone with the mob crusher. Because you can get glowstone from some mob. I think it was the Twilight Wraith. It's a 100% chance for glowstone. So this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I can add more bees, but I hear that adding too much of it can cause a little bit lag, and I honestly don't want to work with bees. That's my main reason I'm lazy. So I want to do this for that. I also want to try this. I'll do it like that. 500,000 Sunnarium. But everything for for example, stop it. Don't do that. And instead make it in the fusion reactor. Right there. Helium plasma, I think we already have crafted. Yeah. But it's made with use tritium. Yeah, sure. And tritium is something we get from a space pump, right? Yeah, it's a lot better. Fusioning it. Right there. And then molten glowstone. Hey, killer. Oh, that's right. You mentioned that your internet's acting up, right? So there's also a storm in my area, so there's a small chance I'm just going to disappear. Fluid extractor. Fluid extractor needs to get upgraded too, but I'm not going to bother with it. So if I try to make that, how fast are we making it? Very fast. That's pretty quick, actually. Okay. Other things for Sunnarium, for example, if I have the ingots no longer make it there. That one's fine. That one's fine. It's basically the ingot, I think. Yeah. We're going to do this in the fluid solidifier instead. Jealous of my power. First, you're jealous of the fact that we have sun in Texas, and now you're jealous of our power. I would not be jealous of the Texas power grid, though. No, I don't know if you kept up with the news of what happened a couple years ago. Okay, so technically we have Sunnarium ready. I'm honestly willing to just leave it here, but again, once we start consuming that much stuff, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Sunnarium dust is needed for whatever, and I don't know why. Don't know what. For example, you. Like, what do you use for? A lot of stuff. Okay. And okay. So that is the compressor, right? Compressor. And then for me to get Sunnarium dust, we'll go ahead and set up a recipe for this. Yeah. And that's just macerating it. There we go. So if I wanted to craft another set of Dyson Swarm modules, we should be able to. Nope. Okay, you know what? It's time to fix a water line. It's not really a problem. It's just that I don't have the parallels set correctly, so they kind of just could keep consuming each other. It's time to fix it, and I don't really know what kind of numbers to deal with. I know for sure I'm probably gonna want to upgrade the amount of power this thing sees. So maybe getting this onto its own capacitor bank, maybe. And how atrocious would it be to get it from the connections over here? What I can also do is just upgrade the backbone here. But I'm scared to do that because I'm going to break all my power. So let's see here. For sure, I do need to upgrade this. I need to have more parallels. And I never really know how much power to give each one. Trying to think here what's the best option here. I think the easiest option is just to give this a really big laser. So this thing has 137 throughput. Let's give it a big one. So we have up to a trillion throughput. Yeah, trillion. So choose a laser that can do a little bit less than that. $65K it is. Yeah. Look at how much stuff this stuff costs. I'm gonna drink some water. And who knows, maybe a good way to get how fast are we getting glowstone? 84 per second. Not as bad. This Sunnarium is pretty bad though. Hello, Phoenix. I don't know why I said it like that. Hurry up. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's because the other one stole all the stuff here. Oh, you're gonna bug me about osmium dust. Because you're in a sugar high and I'm to blame. No, I haven't opened up the snacks yet. I didn't want to mention it yet because you told me not to, but just because you said that, I think I'm okay to talk about it, right? Just trying to confirm first. Oops, wrong page. No, I haven't opened it up yet. I literally just got home, ate my I ate pizza that was like super mid. Gas station pizza that was partnering with Pizza Hut, and it's been sitting there for a couple of days, and not days, a couple like probably hours or something like that. But I got it for free because I took the pizza. I went to like I took a small walk today at the local park, and then I felt like checking out the gas station because I heard that it's a new gas station and it had a Pizza Hut inside it. And so I'm like, I'll check it out because I don't know where else to eat. And so I pick up the pizza. It was like one of the last ones on the stand, and then I took it to the cashier, and he was like, "I'll let you have it for free, man." It's like, okay, thanks. That's usually not a good sign, right? Because it suggests that it's probably been there for a while, and he kind of felt a little pity for me. But free pizza is free pizza. It's very mid, but I'm not gonna complain for that. Also, I need more than a couple of these laser hatches, right? If I'm gonna do this. Mm-hmm. Where am I at? Right here. So I need one for this, and then one for you. And 3. Okay, I need a set of 3. Target hatch, I need 2 more. But anyways, I pretty much just picked up the pizza, and then I decided to check my mail because I should have checked my mail a long time ago. And again, I was just too lazy, and then I saw the package there. And then I got home, ate the pizza, showered, and now here I am. So I haven't had a chance to open up the snack box. By the way, thanks for it. If I haven't said thank you yet, I do appreciate it. And to anyone who else is like unaware, the snack box is a gracious gift from Phoenix that only the true elite of the Restless Club have access to. But I remember you talking about a Phoenix. Isn't it the same thing as the pizza thing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's no different than the 3-hour-old pizza that I picked up for dinner tonight. It's just leftover snacks. I'm not gonna complain about it. No. Who am I to complain about a free snack? Oh, you're really hurting with the lack of internet or lack of power. All right, yeah. So stay safe, killer. Take care. Hope the power comes back pretty soon, so that you can get back to grinding bandits. Yeah, looks like Michigan is having some power problems. Packages of the snacks are damaged and they can't see on the shelves. That's fair. Explains why whenever I open up these snack boxes, half of the things are like crumbs. But I signed up for that, right? Can't complain about it. Nah, power outages are no joke. It's like I mentioned, I had the interview today, and like a couple minutes before the interview, my power flickered, and I was like, please, no, not now. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to have an interview here. Optical assembly. It's the worst time for a power outage. It went pretty good. Yeah, I didn't get a power outage. No worries. It's just a little bit of rainy weather. It's probably gonna get worse over the weekend though, which sucks though because I wanted to go on a hike, but no, it had to rain. And funny enough, one of the interviewers is based in Houston, so he was also experiencing connection problems because we were like part of the same storm. So I kind of brought it up. It's like, oh yeah, it's kind of raining today, right? Like, yeah. Optical assembly here. If I cancel you and then start the craft again. Laser source, target, laser source. I heard about that. There's this individual that I follow on Instagram. He's really funny. I think his name is Tyreek Told You. He trash talks planets, plus he does a bunch of other commentary on random things, but he's a funny guy. And then I was doom scrolling earlier, and I scrolled upon one of his posts that he was just trash talking how like the the New York weather. It just came out of nowhere. It was like nice spring, and then it just froze out of nowhere. But he trash talks the planet so much. It's so funny. You should check him out. Tyreek told you. I think that's how what his name is. But he would just go on a rant of how like Jupiter is like fat and he just eats planets, and it was funny. I'm trying to think here if it's worth it for me to set up a QFT for an Equatrium. That was the idea. How much black body do I need? I have 160,000. Chill. I'll keep it up just in case, but another Illinois. How do I say that? Illinois site? Illinoisian? What's a good identifier? Yeah. You're not alone, Phoenix. By the way, Phoenix, I talked about it earlier, but if I get this job, I'm going to end up in Idaho. Illinoiser. Okay. So, by the way, someone earlier said that I better like potatoes. I think it was precarious, right? I'm pretty chill with potatoes. I like potatoes. So there's this inside joke we have with my family. So it's like a term of endearment that my dad uses all like my parents use. They call me papa, which is like kind of a translation for dad. But we take off the accent because of slang is a thing. So it just papa turned into papa, which in English is from dad to potato, because papa is how you say potato in Spanish. I don't know if that's slang. Actually, it might not be. So, and now it's gone to the point where every time someone says papa, we just send a picture of a potato in the chat, in the group chat. And then my dad posted on the group chat earlier today. He was saying like hey papa, if you get the job in Idaho, you're gonna be an actual papa. This is so true. What's taking you so long? So maybe it was always meant to be. Hopefully it goes well. I feel like it did pretty good. I'm going to be driving to Washington. Absolutely. I'm finally close to Crater Lake again. The whole Cascade Mountain range. I was there as part of like a school trip when I was in high school. So I was part of a program that kind of took kids across the entire country every summer throughout high school. I was that much of a nerd that I was able to get that. And now on our third year, so my junior year of high school, they took us to the Cascade regions, and this was just Oregon and Washington, like the mountain regions there, and the Colorado River, I think. And I was able to visit. I think it was Crater Lake for sure. Beautiful place, by the way. We not summited, but we went up a mountain, like a good part of it. I think it was Mount Hood. We also took a look at St. Helens, of course. You can't just be in Washington and not look at St. Helens. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of places in that region that I want to revisit because of the trips that I took when I was younger. Crater Lake, absolutely one of them. I need to revisit that place. I don't know how far it's gonna be. I'm a geography nerd. Not really. I'm getting to the point. I know some niche things. Not everything though. I will never admit that I know everything, but it's because I've been to the region. It's a long time ago. Yeah, the western half is like it's really pretty. The mass majority of it is just mountains though. So and dry. It's really interesting though because it's literally cut off in half by a mountain range. It's so cool. Okay. We're absolutely gonna blow up my base over here. West is nice besides the taxes. I won't even think about the taxes. So that's like one of the things I don't even think about whenever I intend to move somewhere. I'm like, just don't think about it. It's one of like my least priorities. Really, my main priority about living somewhere is like, is it nice to look at? That's like the biggest thing I look for. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I think we set up the target hatches first and then the source hatches, because if you do the source hatches first, you're gonna blow up everything. So I need to be able to get over here because this is where our water line is. Montana is the best. I've heard about that. Montana is like beautiful, but like no one is there. I saw a post somewhere about like something about Montana and the fact that it has like some kind of like ridge line. It's so weird. But like no one talks about it because no one lives there. Like it literally splits the northern part of the country or something like that. I know you're gonna have trouble. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to deal with it here. Source hatch. Everything's failing. Laser source hatch. Yeah. So break you. Source. Everything's gonna power fail. And I don't care. Source. Oh no. Source. All right, just double check before I plug in everything here. Target hatch, UEV6, whatever. UEV, UEV, UEV. This is very risky. Don't do this at home, kids. UEV and UEV. Okay. And I did mention that in the interview because it's very obviously a concern I understand that employers can have. It's like, this dude is from Texas. Why does he want to go to Idaho? I totally get the concern that an employer might have, but that's why I pretty much told him, it's like, that's what I did for my last job. I just went to some random place, and like, if I did it before, I can do it again. And plus, I've been like really into the hiking stuff, so it's like a great opportunity to revisit that area. I mean, I can't tell them that, even though it's true. I'm in it for the money, but you can't tell them that. And I know they know too that it's for the money, but it's politics, I guess. Having a job in Idaho makes you upper class there, does it? Hell yeah. So you're saying streamer house. It'll be Boise, Idaho. So it's like the biggest town there, right? You're talking about paper factory. Why are you saying that like it's a bad thing? There's a thing about the smell. What? Alright, this is something I need to learn about. I'm gonna need you guys to explain what this is about. So I'm a little nervous about this because I don't know what I broke doing all of this. Drove there all the time. Does it actually smell? You would think that it doesn't smell because it's like right between a mountain range and a forest, but I guess so. Why do I have 51 in here? Okay, good to know. Guys, I'm confused why I have 51 in here. It's not supposed to happen. But like, do I even try to fix it? I don't think so. Okay, there's not supposed to be 51 in here. It's supposed to be a 1-to-1 chance. I don't duplicate anything. So why is there 51? I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, don't worry. The automation works. So don't worry about it. Just leave every once in a while to breathe this out. Okay. Well, I wasn't gonna even if I knew that ahead of time, I wasn't gonna tell you the managers about that. Oh yeah, I want to go to Boise because it smells like ass. Apparently, from what my friends say on the internet. And what kind of smell is it? I just say ass because it's just a funny word, but what would you describe the smell as? Okay. Think we have all the. Let me check here. Power fill list. Nothing. All right, I fixed everything. So I'm gonna try to increase the power over here. I guess we'll give it a UHV laser. Sure. Because of paper factory, is that really it? The paper factory? I don't know why. Like when you mentioned paper factory, for some reason I was thinking about The Office, but isn't that based in some eastern state? So that's what I was thinking when you said paper factory. It's like, is that an Office reference? I haven't watched The Office. I'm gonna wait for this to actually stop its cycle so I don't break anything, and then upgrade the power. I'm gonna fix that too because I'm already here. But during winter inversion, the air can hold a pungent odor, sometimes described as raw sewage or sulfur trapped due to trapped industrial air. Okay. Paper factories also smell like rotten. Uh-huh. That's good to know. In my defense, I guess, I don't know if that's the right word to say. Where I live is also kind of an industrial complex, so I guess I'm already used to a weird smell. There was one time where like some leak happened. It smelled real nasty. I guess we'll see. If they pay me enough, I'm gonna ignore the smell like it doesn't exist anyways, right? Okay, this is off. Let me upgrade you. Put the target hatch right here. And then this guy with the source right there. Even if it ends up being like that, it's just more talking points, right? More conversation points for the streams. Like just a little more power. I don't know how much I need though. Okay, so here I gotta figure out how much power I'm gonna give everything. I don't know how much I want everything to be producing. So I guess we'll do the math based on how much I feel like making the grade 8 water, and then we'll just scale up everything to. We'll just scale up everything. We have so much of this water, but we need so much more, so I might as well scale it up. So what is a good way to do the math here? I think I choose how much I want here, right? So if I think about it here, 64 parallels produces 57.6. Oh, we're getting into the math time with burning again. 64 times 900, just confirm that is 57.6 thousand. I'm curious what you think about the smell because you're just a chill guy. I am a chill guy, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I've never been there. I can't relate to a nasty smelling like that. But it seems like it's pretty bad because there's already 2 people in the chat that are agreeing with. How about this? I'm gonna try to aim for 1,000,000. 1,000,000 grade 8 water. So divide this by 900. That's a lot of parallels. So I don't know if I want to do that actually. No. We'll do it like this. We'll just keep it at 57.6 for now, and then I'll scale up everything whenever I need more of whatever. Okay. And okay. So I want 57.6, right? And now I want this to be twice as much as the next tier. So if this is 57.6, then I want this to be 115.2, which is that 57.6 times 2. 57.6 times 2. Yeah. So the next one, I want this to be 230,000. That's grade 7. This is grade 6. I want you to be 230,000 times 4. So the amount of parallels here would be... I have no idea. How dare you, Rose? Grade 6 water. But not have any. I have 400 million for whatever reason. So I want this to be... I think it all just produces 900, so... I think it really is just... multiplying by 2 each time. The parallels, yeah, I just multiply by 2. So 128. I'm gonna change this to 256 and keep multiplying by 2. So 256 is here. Next one is 512. Have me as white noise. Honestly, I appreciate that. Let me give you one of those. Yeah. Lurkers are just as part of a community as the chatters are. This one, I said it was going to be 512, right? Yeah, 512. The next one is going to be 1024. Tier 4 is this one. Yeah, that's why we don't have any 1024. Tier 3 is going to be 1024 times 2, 2048. And tier 2, this one over here, is 2048 times 2, which is, can I do that in my head? No. That works. 4096, of course. And then tier 1 is this one over here. Is 4096 times 2. 8192. Okay. How much power is that consuming? 1 billion. Not too bad. Another thing we can do is actually make this one use a different fluid for small boosts. Prepare for my scrap hauls, worm. So for all the GT&H enjoyers that are watching, yeah, I've absolutely picked up scrapping again as a hobby. It's because they release updates for Death Row, and that means everyone is flooding back into it, which means the scrapping demands are back, and I've been so busy picking up scrap. It's so funny. I've already made so much money doing it, but people are thirsty for the scraps. Anyways, we're gonna leave the waterline stuff working like that. If I need more parallels, then I do that. Let me check on everything here. Everything is running, which means how much power it's consuming. It only consumes 1 billion, so I can probably increase everything by 2. Which I might as well, but nah. And do you know what I'm going to do actually is... set up a bunch of singularities here. Oh, it's a big craft. I don't know if I want to do that. It's so fun seeing people being. Well, it's so fun seeing people mean to you when I'm not. I'm gonna need you to reword that, Phoenix. Sorry. Am I gonna wait for that? Yeah, sure. Okay. Next up, um, general purpose QFT. I'm gonna leave it there, but I can set up more QFTs here. For example, this one is for. What are you doing? The heck happened here? Oh, I ripped it apart. That's right. How's fermium plasma doing? Oh, we have enough. When you said fun seeing people mean to you. Okay, no, it makes sense. Never mind. I just had to reread it. I wonder how impaired I'm gonna end up being, like cognitive wise, if I keep smelling the butt smelling paper factories. If it works like that. Growth catalyst medium. Okay, I'm not gonna add the energy hatch yet until I run out. So this guy's just gonna be chilling there. I think what I do want to do is, do I even need that? I need this actually. I do need a lot of seaweed extract for shenanigans. So maybe you end up picking up smoking just to smell something different every day. I absolutely would not. The biggest reason being is that it's just an expensive hobby. I don't know how people can afford it. Tell you what, let's just plan for the Godforge again, and we'll see what I need. It's also pretty nasty, yeah. Yeah. Next step is Godforge for sure. So I need to make all of this stuff. And then we can start upgrading some of the other machines as I notice problems. We need to get the Godforge going. It's time. Oh, poor crafting computer doesn't know how to deal with this. All right. So Xenoxine, I think it's time to set up the QFT for that. It also helped with our Radox polymer, and we can actually make PCBs so much more efficient because we can actually just use this instead. So yeah, I do want to set up the QFT tier 4 for Xenoxine and all this other stuff. I'm going to do that. We need a lot of osmium. And speaking of osmium, I think I want to set up another QFT for the Platline stuff. So I think I should be able to shove all of these different items in there and make all these resources. We'll do that, right? We'll do that as well. So yeah, we'll do that. UU matter, no U matter. I did kind of upgrade it. The mass fabricator, I just slapped on a bunch of UMV energy hatches. So that'll build up over time. I guess we kind of just ran out over time. Temperature water, it's being built up over time as well. What happened here? Helium plasma. Okay. Twitch fixed its mobile app, so I'm happy again. I tried watching my brother using the mobile app, and I don't know how you do it. It's yeah, I don't know how you do it. Why is this not working? It should be working. Unless it's because you did not have any of the other water in there. Yeah, that's what it is. You don't have any grade 4 water because it gets consumed immediately. Oh, you know what? We need to we actually need to adjust the ratios. I did this wrong. Because, for example, yes, I was planning for 900, but we actually consume more of this one. So in other words, multiply by 4 instead of 2, so I don't have to think about it. So multiply each one times 4. Or times 2. Times 2? Times 2. Which is essentially times 4. I want you to all know that you're joining me on the ground floor, gang. It's funny that I know exactly what you're talking about because I always do that whenever I'm home. Anyone who's not part of floor gang, if you don't know, it's just literally lying down on the floor. It helps straighten out your back. So when I helped my brother, when I helped them move out of their last apartment, I took a sleeping bag that I've had with me for a while, and we stayed at their old place. You know, one last good time. We ate pizza there. Well, no, we ate Whataburger, actually. We picked up Whataburger. And then we ate pizza there, you know. Good time. And when it was time for bed, I blew up the air mattress that I had. And little did I know there was a hole in the air mattress in the worst possible spot. And so it was deflated. It kept getting deflated. And so I was essentially just sleeping on the floor. Because I did not want to bother my brother. They were sleeping peacefully. And so I was basically just sleeping on the floor. Oh, man. It didn't feel as bad as I thought it would. But it's still like sleeping on the floor. Okay. We should be building up water now. So I'll leave it there for a while. And then next up, I want to rebuild this little setup here. I totally don't need this cable either. I can just plug you in like right there. And I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to copy. Mark copy. I'm going to set up another QFT. But this one's going to be tier 4 and it's going to be passiving xenoxine. And everything involved in making xenoxine. So for example, Radox polymer, which is huge. I love this. Heavy Radox. And Kevlar. Kevlar is kind of just whatever. Who cares? We're getting Kevlar already, but it's nice to have. I'll put that guy. Oh no, don't put all of them. Reset the thing.
Feed the rubber band, bro. He requires more sustenance.
He does
Feed
require
him.
more. I like how assertive Brian sounded when he said feed him. I got you. So on not this interview, but the last interview, I did bring up the rubber band ball unprompted. Because towards the end of the interview, the guy noticed. Because on my resume, I did put on like I'm a content creator on the side. I don't exactly put what, because I don't want to scare them away, but I do mention I'm a content creator. And it's also kind of like I can't really hide it because of like the mic setup and the headphones that I have. I look exactly the same. I use the same stuff when I'm interviewing, so they see that and it's like it looks professional-ish, and they're like, "What do you do?" And I have the piano visible on the side as well, so it got brought up in the last interview I had, and then I unprompted was like, "Hey, what I also do is I have a rubber band ball here," and I was like showing him like this and telling him that for the past 2 years or so, every rubber band that's been added was by the community. We'll do a whole bunch. Maybe that alone was what got me this interview, the one I had today. And again, it was another manager that showed up today that I didn't talk to yet. And I was a little early to the interview, and we were just chilling. And he was like, hang on, before we start, I see that you're a content creator. They keep asking me that. And of course they mentioned because of the mic and the headset. And it's like, yes. So I brought up the piano. It's just funny. Oh, hang on. I didn't do ASMR. Hang on. Let me just do one of those, like, yeah. I'm thirsty now. It might, but that's why I showed them the rubber band ball. How was that gonna scare you? But I also try to be a little. I know I'm a little technical with it, so I tell them like yes, I do content creation, but I just do something simple. Plus, I also mentioned that I do complex packs like this, like GTNH. I don't say it GTNH directly, but I do say factory-based mod packs. And then I also explain about the whole piano stream, and that always gets eyes opened. It's always an eye opener whenever I say that I was able to beat the game with just a piano. And then I explain a little bit about it, and they're generally interested in that. So I feel like it's a good thing to mention. I'm trying to look for the QFT tier 4 controller stuff, or the casings, that and that. But yeah, I totally get it. It's I think we talked about it before, where some people are like, this guy's gonna leave kind of fast. Totally get the concern there. Let me do a exchanging here. I'm gonna need a bunch more bulk production casings. Changing here from here. But I've always said, like, if I were to get a job again, or I'm gonna be more confident when I say this, when I get another job again, it's going to be entirely because of the rubber band ball. Oh, hang on. Like that. And then Infinity Infuse Manipulator. Then do this and put that there. And there we go. I don't think they're going to think about it like that. I'm a small time guy. Imagine though. CEO. You need bulk production frames. So I'm going to make 1 million of you. These are pretty cheap. I still remember that other interview I did for the field service position. They kind of ghosted me, but I still remember the interview I had with them. Need more force field glass right now. Where the dude was asking me more in-depth questions about how I was able to do it. He was actually very interested in it. I haven't forgotten about the videos either. I have to work on them. I've just been too preoccupied with other stuff. But honestly, I think it's at the point where whenever I move out, be it new work or back home with my parents, that's when I'll work on the video. That's when I'll complete it. Right now, I'm a little too preoccupied with stuff. And when I say preoccupied, I don't mean like actually busy. No, I just mean like, I'm sure you know what I mean. It takes mental energy to do stuff, and I don't have it right now. 15,000? Yeah, it's an overnight craft. I want a singularities, but I guess not. But I'd like to do more stuff like that in the future. That'd be fun. And then one day getting into the analog stuff. Like I still want to do the accordion to control Minecraft. That's a big project though. Where did that come from? I always find your titles fun. You're talking about the I like my egg Sunnarium site up. It's because we have Sunnarium problems, which we kind of fixed today, I think. Yeah, we're 56,000, but we fixed the recipe so that it uses this. Now, it's not totally fixed though, because we're gonna chew through our glowstone. And I'm gonna hit you with I'll deal with it when I feel like it. Because now we're gonna be using glowstone to turn that into molten glowstone, and then you convert that to Sunnarium. That's how you do it. Because it's way too slow through bees. Purple. I like purple. As you can see by my my profile picture. Okay, so this one is Sire. Where can I find a mall to barricade? Where are you at? If you're in Market Row, just go either left or up and you'll find the market. But what I would recommend is just to take 2 barricades for one building and then just barricade that. And then you spend 1 barricade after that. I need ultimate plasticizer catalysts. Oh, you're expensive. Oh, you're so expensive. Oh no. How bad is it to craft that much Shirobon? 92,000 times 64, because I would like to have 64. We need so much osmium though. I mean, we can do it, but it's pretty pricey. Yeah. In other words, just make 1. And that's because I would like to have 64, but that's very expensive. Ass 10. But anyways, yeah, Phoenix, I appreciate that. I'm trying to be clever with my titles sometimes. Oh no, no Kevlar dust. He just macerate a plate. I mean, it is relevant also. There we go. Even that alone is a little pricey, but looks like it's doing fine. So I would love to set up another QFT for the platline materials, because right now I have them all on crafting steps. Like for example, osmium, if I need 1,000, it needs to go through a bunch of crafting, and that's very cringe for this point of the pack. I don't do that. No. You're supposed to be using the QFT at this point. We're way past due for that. So let me set up another QFT. And I think I should be able to copy you. Hang on, let me check here. Because the QFT, how it works is that focus tier gives more boost. Like more chance of succeeding, I think. Yeah, the better the focus tier, the more whatever. So you want the best focus possible. So I think I'm just gonna copy you. Not the tier 4. That guy's too expensive. Not yet. But I think I have enough casings for another tier 3. mark copying. We'll do that over here. And I'm going to set this guy up to be our plat line dude. So whenever it comes to naming the VODs, they're not always the same name. It's kind of likely that it's not going to be the same name as the stream. So it's like, for example, the stream here was called, oh, did I mess it up? I was supposed to copy the bottom. So like the stream today is called, I like my eggs, Sunnarium side up. Very clever if you ask me. But the actual VOD is probably going to be named something different. And it's just because it's really hard sometimes to plan exactly what I'm going to do for the stream. I kind of just wing it. So sometimes I intend to do something and then I just don't do it. So that's how I get to this point. So who knows? Because I've been working so much on QFTs here, I'm probably gonna name the VOD like I'm QFTing it or something dumb like that. Or who knows? Maybe I'll just stay with Sunnarium side up, even though Sunnarium issues was like the first 3 minutes of the episode. Oh no. So the VODs are just our things that like it's burning. Oh yeah, sure. Tell you what, I'm gonna set it up from scratch. Exchanging mode, and we'll just delete everything. Let me set up one of them first, just one, so I don't get too flooded here because I still have to work on the other one. Replace with air, and then get rid of all of you. But I will set aside the space for another QFT. Why are you there? Ali, you're lucky that I actually looked at the alerts because I did not hear that. I don't think Brian knows how to do custom emotes. So he just doesn't say anything. I think that's what happened. All right, take a drink. You're lucky I looked at it because I saw something move at the corner of my eye. So I should say that the water I'm drinking is a little bit extra special today. No, it's not pompous Aquapana water that Sniffity keeps bragging about. No. It's actually water from like a gallon jug, purified water that I bought from HEB because I was just preparing for the potential freeze that we were going to have. And we did have a freeze, but it wasn't that bad. So I went to HEB to like prepare about a bunch of canned food. I devoured the canned food in the first week, but I had a gallon of water that I just had there for a while, and I'm finally drinking it. It's actually pretty good water. The butt store. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to work. Because you have to be UMV, that's right. I need you to get out of there. So UMV aspect, I still haven't upgraded that to UMV yet, and I'll do that eventually. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta move the rubber bands. I took them out too much. Right there. So if I try to craft you now, you should dump everything in here instead, and now you can craft. Thank you. It really is the butt store, but like, I'm pretty sure HEB is desperately trying to get away from that. They keep saying here everything's better. They're very much trying to get away from the butt association, I guess. How much power do you use? I don't care. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a 64 amp wireless. I'm trying to go like almost strictly wireless for most of the stuff. This one probably needs a so much more power. 536 probably isn't that much, but it's gonna be a passive thing, so I don't care. This one I'll go ahead and put you right up there, and then start connecting everything. Yeah. Are you missing a anchor? Yes, you need an anchor. And then go ahead and connect this. And also keep with the new tradition of coloring all the connectors black to signify my main network, U2. This one, I left it unplugged because I don't need this much stuff. So I'll plug it in whenever I feel like it. And the whole reason I left it unplugged is because I wanted the energy hatch for something else, and I don't remember. Energy hatch is somewhere. I don't know where it's where it is. So what's his deal with Nestle water? I thought Nestle was like a very... I only hear Nestle water. What am I trying to say? I associate Nestle with chocolate milk. That's what I'm trying to say. Aquapana is bottled by... No, that's what it is. Nah, Sniffity's just elitist. It's not that deep. What's missing? Oh, force field glass. I need more. Thanks, Sayna. I thought I crafted like enough. I made like 100, and I guess it wasn't enough. Thank you, thank you. See, this is why I'm missing so much of it actually. See, this is why you're a pactive and I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep mentioning that. I honestly have big respect for anyone who does a pack development. I tried it, and man, it's pretty tough. I respect. Add a connector here. Sorry for the glaze. I'm just trying to say thanks for pointing out that I'm kind of dumb. Right there. And then I know Sena's actually paying attention. I gotta lock in then. Gonna make a fool out of myself. Oh, he knows all the oopsies because he oopsied them all already. You connect right there. Yeah, okay. Surprisingly, there's just a lot of glass missing, and I just did not notice it. There it is. Still, how much do you need? It's gonna be like one more, right? Oh no, yeah, okay, listen. I needed 10 more, not one. So this one, I'm gonna give it a 16384. I want you to have, okay, so for Xenoxine, because I want everything, I'm just gonna give it a fermium plasma. And there we go. I want you to store, I guess, 1,000,000. I don't know. I don't know how much I should be storing here. A million looks like it's fine. And then I basically want to do this recipe over and over again. So I need to store nitrogen, hydrogen, osmium, and carbon. So nitrogen, I'll do 10 million. Hydrogen, 10 million. Osmium, you can have 100,000. Carbon, 100,000. Nah, just give it a million. We're in the millions out here. You too. You can have 1,000,000 osmium because I'm about to mass produce it somewhere else. Maybe that's not a good idea, actually. You'll see why. Take off osmium because it's gonna. We need osmium for other stuff. For example, the other QFT. So take this guy out. Actually, we can set up another spray can. So I'm going to set up another QFT for tier 3. Like that. No, 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 no. No, no. Right there. I should have most of the stuff already for this. I would like another tier 3 QFT so that I can set up the plat line stuff. Because I'm way past due for that. Might have more baby chicks as soon as this weekend. Yo. Picks or it didn't happen. I'm gonna drink water. I like chickens. They're so cool. Stretching. How long are you gonna take? Honestly, it doesn't look like it's too bad. I was literally sitting up for a posture check. Did I mention that? I don't even know what I just said 5 seconds ago. Yeah, this should finish in no time. You can get sped up, and then everything else should get sped up as well. Yeah, it'll finish. Okay. I can also use this guy, but what is he doing? Inert Nequadra, I would like for you to be a dedicated one as well. So we need a lot of QFTs. That's very much a given. I can also hijack this one, but I'm not going to. Actually, technically, no, I don't need to. I need the growth catalyst for other shenanigans anyways. How's the water? Building up water. No U matter. We're doing pretty good. Xenoxine. I'm kind of waiting for that. How much osmium do I have? 8. That's not a lot. Still get super impressed by the animations and the skins in GTNH because like, whoa, like what? Like purple arrow going down? It does look pretty cool. And things like this, right? Like how are they doing this? Like when the machine activates it, it does whatever this is. Yeah, DTPF, I'm a big fan of it. That's all those coils. Hurry up. I can speed this up. Watch this. You need to get upgraded. Oh, you're on the old ass line. Also, you get out of there. You don't belong there anymore. That's the old ass line setup. So this is UV. Do a stack. And you. put this in ass lining it bulk right there. And there we go. This project has been going on for a while, absolutely. I think the pack has been running for like, was it 9 years or something like that? It's been around for a while. And it's still being updated. Like, what is the end game? How far are they going to go? I'm very curious about that. And typically I don't prefer to play packs that are not finished. But like, this one is one of the exceptions. Meatball Craft is also an exception. Because there's just so much stuff to them. And yes, this is just St. Aug Glaze again. But for example, one of the packs I did not want to play until it was finished was Divine Journey 2. I was actually waiting for Divine Journey 2 to be quote unquote officially finished, and that's when I started playing it. But for these packs are like massive, so I'm like, I'll try them out. Oh, lasers are so cool to have though. Did we really wait? We did. No, we Divine Journey 2 was officially finished, and then we like the pack finished development is what I'm trying to say. And then we got into it, but it was still being updated over time. That's gonna happen. What I mean is like the entire end game is finished, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm just curious where GTNH is gonna end up. Like how far is it gonna go? What is the end game for GTNH? Very curious about that. I was gonna look at something and I don't remember. Alloy blast smelters. Yeah, this band is still slow and giving me problems. It's quantum again. So what I can do for quantum actually is speed it up, similar to how I did the transcendent metal. And I'm going to do that. The problem here was that it was asking for hypogen, which is a recursive craft if I did that, because you need quantum to make hypogen. So what I can probably do is whenever I set up hypogen, just make excess, or no, make less, and then any excess goes into the stock replenisher. I just didn't realize we waited for it to. Oh, I waited for it to finish. I think that's how it went. Yeah, I waited for it to finish because I was before we started playing, I was playing around with Celestial Journey, which is like a how do I say, a faithful adaptation of the Divine Journey 1 for 1.12. It was basically like a repeat of Divine Journey 1, and I played with that with my brother for a little bit. I'm not going to deal with quantum right now, but I do want to fix the recursive craft at some point. Something here's taking forever, and I think it's because it's you. The ass lines are running. Is it time to upgrade my ass lines? Honestly, it might be time. Yeah, we can totally give them bigger lasers, but that's just annoying, so I'm not going to do that right now. Who put all these controllers here? Chill. This is totally me. Hurry up. Patiently waiting for this thing to finish. And then I should be able to copy paste this one just like that. Yeah. The copy and then mark copy. I'm gonna get from here all the way over here. Just realized the names in Burning's VOD shows up like red, yellow, green. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know why the chat shows different colors than the VOD does. If it's pulling from the same chat, I don't understand it. Because on my chat screen, my multi-chat dock, it shows Sena as white for whatever reason, and he's red on the video, but on Twitch chat it's orange. So like, what's the right one? I think it's for people who like manually set their colors. It appears correct because you and Ali are still the right colors. I think I don't really know how it works. Okay, there it is. We got that going. Oh, here we go. All the fun stuff right there. No, I'm not trying to take away from the stoplights. I'm just saying that's what I've noticed. Okay. So I'm gonna need a stock replenisher, another one. This one is going to be for plant line shenanigans. I need another anchor. And preferably, and can I make another 64 amp UEV wireless hatch? How excessive is this for me to craft right now? Not bad at all. I'm only assuming that because, yeah, it's not bad. So anchor being worked on. Stock replenisher. Put that guy right there. We can totally move this guy one just to save on a single cable. It does matter, trust me. No, it doesn't. I don't know why you reminded me of a project I had in undergrad when I was taking a embedded systems class. So the whole point of that class was like using the C language to program microcontrollers. And towards the end, I'm getting nerdy into this, sorry. And towards the end of the class, our final project was actually to basically build a game from scratch. So we would have to code it, and then that code gets flashed into like a microcontroller memory, and then we actually had to build the physical controller on a breadboard to control the game. So it was both hardware and software. It was pretty fun. Me and my lab partner, we did a spoof of Space Invaders. No, but anyway, so why am I bringing this up? Is because one of the projects we had for that lab, somewhere along the way, was actually programming a stoplight controller. So we were basically simulating a stoplight. It's pretty cool. Like we actually had like an LED light that would change color, or yeah, would change colors, multiple LEDs actually. And we had like a 4-way intersection, and then for us to mimic a car it was there, we would just push a button that we installed there. It was pretty fun. And so like the whole purpose of that project was like, hey, how do you make sure that, you know, no one's gonna crash? And my answer to that, just never turn it on the green light and you're never gonna have a crash. Am I wrong? Nope. Shirobon, why do you take so long to craft? Hurry up. 8 DTPFs and you're still taking about 1,000,000 years. You're gonna have to double that. I have way too many of these. Oh, you know what? I need a catalyst also. So I need osmium here. And so it looks like I just need platinum group catalyst. I'm gonna make 64 of you. I think we'll make 64 at a time here. Welcome back, Killer. You can't sleep with no fan or TV. It's too dark and quiet, so I'm back for a second. Isn't it really cold up there? I actually have a hard time sleeping with a fan. Even if it's hot, I don't like sleeping with the fan. I feel like every time I sleep with a fan and then like I wake up feeling sick. I don't know what it is. It actually happened earlier today. I took a nap because it was after the the interview, and then I went to Chili's, picked up some chicken crispers, of course. I finished my meal, and then I was like, oh, I want to take a nap. So I took a nap, but I had the fan on. I was like, yes. Quick play fan noises for killer. I'll turn on the fan. There. The fan is on right now. I'm gonna drink water. We have a bunch of you. I need the 64 amp wireless energy hatch. Put that right there. I need to connect you. Quewing mode? Yes, that's pronounced quewe. Don't add me. This one is connected to main network over here. That's one channel. And then the outputs over here. Put this in this guy. No, not that one. That had one of them that had... No, I was using this one. Oops, I did not mean to do that. How did I take off the last one? Oh, I broke it. Hang on. It's sneak, X, right click. Yeah. Quewing mode active. Using me asleep ASMR. Oh, it's connected already. Never mind. Don't touch it. Okay, yeah, we're back. That's a little flattering, actually. So, I'm gonna use fermium over here. Store a million. And then for my bone popped. I don't know if you heard that. I'm not even gonna try to hide it. Yes, my bone popped. Oh, before I do this, I need to make sure that I have space for everything here. Iridium is right there. Osmiridium is not there. Because we're trying to get to the point where everything is mass stored, and I think that's everything. Osmium, rhodium, iridium. Osmium, iridium, osmiridium. Ruthenium, rhodium, osmium, platinum, palladium, and iridium. Okay. So I need the digital item storages. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of you. How expensive are you? It's reasonable. It's reasonable. So I called my dad earlier today, right? Just to check up on things or to catch up. And it's funny because like I mentioned that I would be visiting home for the Easter weekend. And then I kind of joked saying like it's totally because I'm probably just going to visit Gardner State Park along the way because I always do that now. It's along the way home. And as soon as I mentioned that, he was like, let's go camping. I'm like, oh no, I put it in his mind. So we might go camping there, depending on the weather. Which honestly has been a while since I've camped, so that'd be cool. It'll also give me good practice because at some point I'm going to be traveling too far out that I can't be driving. Like, I have to stay overnight. So maybe I'll get into camping soon. It'll be good practice. My parents know how to camp, especially my dad. He's a big fan of it. It's kind of cute sometimes that my parents would they camp outside the house every now and then. They just set up the tent outside in the yard and just sleep there. It's pretty funny actually. I once came home one day and they were just outside. This is funny. That's probably how I'm gonna end up. Hurry up. Man, you're taking so long. Chromatic glass. Honestly, chromatic glass is another thing we can actually update. Because at this point, we don't need to do this recipe anymore. We can actually fluid solidify it. We can make so much of it. Yeah, in only 18.75 seconds, we make like 2,000. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because you can see here chromatic glass is a little slow. And it also gives me an excuse to rip apart this group of machines, because I don't care about them. I'll do that. I'll let you craft. So chromatic glass, everything that uses the fluid can stay. Oh, I'm already doing that. Oh, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna update you as well so that you use exotic. Which honestly, it isn't really that much of an update. I think it's just like that. Throw that right there. And then for me to make chromatic glass dust. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. Do I even need it for anything? Yes. Yeah, you do. Okay. So if I need the glass for whatever reason, just macerate it from the ingot instead. And then for me to make the macer or the chromatic glass ingot, you fluid solidify this. And don't multi-smelter. We're basically just switching the crafting steps here. And there we go. Some of these things I can improve. So I improved this off camera, I think. I don't know if I talked about it, but we're using electrum singularities now in the implosion compressor. I did have to upgrade their power, though, for it to actually work. And then I also replaced them with proxies because it wasn't proxies before. Now they are. So that's better. Photonically enhanced wafer is that. How about this recipe? Am I doing pure water here?
Time to drink. ASMR of you drinking will help me drift off to sleep.
ASMR, excuse me. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to imagine what it sounds like to drink ASMR water. I still drink water though, but I'm trying to picture that. By the way, Killer, I don't know if you've heard, Scrapper Mafia is definitely back. Laser Engraver is on the upgrading path at some point. Like the demand is so high. This I can upgrade you actually. Let me see how you're being crafted. Because right now, you can craft it like this, but it's Shirobon. And it makes 4 times as much if I can make Shirobon reliably.
You need burning to do all the things so that Killer has background noise to fall asleep to. So do the things. Apparently the scrap economy is picking up as the actual economy is dying, yay.
He's thick. I was gonna be rude, not even rude, but I was gonna like put 1 rubber band because of the long message, but you also did supply snacks, so I'm not going to be mean here. I'm gonna do a correct amount. Correct amount is usually like as I feel like it. It's usually 5 or 6. I'm gonna do this one. Yo. I'm kind of curious. Do you think Boise is gonna smell as bad as this rubber band ball does? It doesn't smell bad. It smells like a tire, honestly. If you guys have ever been to a tire shop, you know what it smells like. Yeah, it smells like a tire. ASMR right there. That's your ASMR. He is getting quite large though. What if, Phoenix, hear me out. What if that's the cause of your insomnia? You thought about that? Imagine. All of those restless nights thinking about how ass it smells in Boise, Idaho. And when I'm back in Boise, I'm feeling. Is that how the song goes? It might be time to upgrade the ass lines. They're a little slow. Oh no, you're gonna give him a stroke. Oh yeah, you killed him. I'm not gonna do this recipe. You chill. All of that effort for 1 point. I'm not gonna fight it. He's like slowing down too, right? Catalyst, you have the right ones. What am I missing? Oh, the singularities, that's right. I can actually just get this started without having the stuff there. So I need you, and you. And I guess you as well. Oh, you can make a lot of things actually. It did get weird towards the end. So rhodium plated palladium dust also can be added. There's so many things this thing is gonna make. Platinum, palladium, rhodium plated is another one. Ruthenium, have that. Yeah, this thing is gonna make a whole bunch. Okay, so you're gonna want platinum dust. No, that's not how it works. You want, have to figure out what this thing is gonna use. Iridium metal residue dust, not that one, not that one. Okay. Yeah, let's just wait for the, we got those. The digital singularities. So how many am I gonna need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. I need 8. I need one more. Oh, we have to wait for more circuits to, nah, that's basically done already. Let's get those going. This is just there so that it stores all of my goodies. There we go. So you have platinum. This one has palladium, iridium, ruthenium, rhodium, osmium. That's really the only thing I'm doing all of this for is osmium. But I'm going to accidentally get all this other stuff. So I can't complain about it. And I need one more that's being crafted right now. I'm probably gonna mute it if it happens again. I'm just saying, unless it's like a cohesive train of thought. I don't think so, actually. Okay, we have all of the outputs here. Nice and secured there, so everything is going to show up there, especially because it is we are producing, what do you call it? Dusts. So it automatically goes in there. I don't have to deal with it. And then, what are all the output? Wrong one. It's over here. This one. So I'm looking for PMP. PMP. IMR. Rarest metal residue dust. Crude rhodium metal, whatever. Leach residue. And that's pretty much it. And then I have to get each one on there. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's 6. And you can have 1,000,000 each. And there we go. What I will also do is to, oops, I went way too far. I don't know why I feel like Brian is going to struggle saying stuff like that. He will probably go like, ha ha ha, and then just stop. I wouldn't know though. I've never tried it. I'm going to take off some of these recipes here that I don't actually care about. Like you, get out of here. I'm going to keep that there because I don't know if I'm going to break something. Yeah, I don't need that either. Yeah, I'll keep it there. I don't need that either. All of you, nope. 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 I'll come back for the rest. When I'm back in Chicago. I did not know that the singer for that was with Steve, right? In Stranger Things, until my brother told me about it. It is a good song. Okay. And there it is. All right. So we have a bunch of stuff being processed, but. It's only going to do one recipe. So which is the one that does platinum, rhodium plated, rhodium, and palladium dust? So does it, I think it's this one, right? Rhodium, it does 4 things. Rhodium, palladium, rhodium plated, and platinum dust. So what you're telling me is that it's not doing multiple recipes unless it just needs to have more parallels, which might be the case actually. So if I look up what recipe it's doing, it's doing this recipe. It's using crude rhodium, whatever dust, which we have like a billion of it basically. So this is just going to do that recipe. I don't want it to. I'm trying to get osmium out of this. That's really my main concern. So switch the recipes that actually produce osmium. And set the others to like 1 so that they don't take it up. So I want to use platinum, PMP. Rarest metal residue is probably the best one. We'll use that one too, though. Basically all the ones that give osmium. And all the other ones I'll set to 1. So platinum, metallic powder dust, rarest metal, and leach residue. Yeah, okay. So this one I'll just set to 1 so I don't forget about it. I'll come back to it later. that. So leech, rarest metal, and platinum, PMP. About to say I was getting sleepy in bed, but the point of the game working.
I had to try it.
Oh, he really tried. Okay. Osmium is picking back up. That's a good sign. Which means I should be a little more comfortable to do this over here. Wrong one, over here. Set this up to be osmium dust. He does that pretty funny, actually. Make sure that's off. And then... So I'm going to do this, and I think I want to store all the fluids. These 4 fluids in digital singularities. Which we do have. Nice. Hey, yo, I didn't tell you to start. Stop it. So, Kevlar. And Xenoxine. I think we already have Xenoxine as a big source now. No, not a singularity. We want polymer and heavy redox. And just put those guys there. Right there. And then go ahead and enable you. And we have a much better supply of redox polymer. I really like that. And also make this a bigger batch of osmium. So I'll say 1 million, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. He's a fun guy. Is that an Isaac reference? If you know, you know. That's one of the transformations in Isaac, is fun guy transformation. You get 3 mushrooms. Okay. Let's continue here. It's really struggling, but yeah, I'm pretty much getting ready for the end of the episode. I'm just seeing what else is needed. I don't know why the Forge of the Gods just doesn't show up in the craft, even though we have a recipe for it. I don't get it. So I'm not going to complain, but... yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I think I'm going to try to craft as much as possible here. Oh, you've played Isaac before? Yo. Nice. Isaac is such a good game. If you like Isaac, you're gonna like Mugenics, by the way. Speaking of Mugenics, I did beat the game. I was able to beat the last boss because I streamed, the last stream I did was Mugenics. I went through Act 1 and then I did Act 2 and 3 off camera. I was able to beat it. It's a pretty good game. And like the lore implications, if you don't know about the Macmillan universe, it gave a huge lore implication at the end of the game, and it actually left me kind of like dumbfounded. I might as well talk about it. Huge spoilers. So if you guys know about like the whole story about the Binding of Isaac, in a good way, it was like, what the heck? It was an eye opener. So basically, it revealed at the very end of the game, it revealed that the person you're playing as is Isaac's mom, which is weird. She doesn't have any memory of Isaac, so what happened? And, you know, throughout the game, you see references of like there's like this item called like suspicious picture, and it's actually a picture of the family, but she doesn't know about it. So um it was actually revealed. The game has been hinted that you're like a big lady. Yes, it's been hinted at that since the very beginning, but it only confirmed it at the very end of the game. Like because it was giving the names of all the characters in the story, and then the last character it said you playing as Magdalene Moria, which is Isaac's mom. So no, his mom is not that, not an evolution biologist. So it has not explained what happened to her or Isaac or anything. It has not explained it. So canonically, Isaac is dead. He does suffocate in the chest. That's what happens in the game. But like what happened to his mom, we don't know because there's time travel shenanigans that have happened, and for some reason she doesn't know anything. And why is she controlling all these cats? Like, when does it take place? It clearly takes place after Isaac. But, like, how come she doesn't have any memory? That's weird. We don't know. It was such a weird, it was pretty interesting. So, the Macmillan, I call it the Macmillan verse. It's very much deep. It's a lot deeper than the two games. It goes through a lot of other games. And I don't really know about the other games, but I only know those two games. Let me get this recipe started. Major spoiler, sorry, but I warned you. She was already crazy before he died. So it's actually really interesting because one of the songs, like you already know that I'm like a big fan of the music in eugenics. So in one of the regions, when you're traveling to the past, to the Ice Age, it's like, this even isn't like eugenics. What the heck? It's a game about cats. Why are you talking about the Ice Age? No, the title of the song for Ice Age is called "Mom, I Really Hate You," and it's the words suggest that it's actually about Isaac and his mom. So that's another hint. The story's pretty deep. It's no, she didn't. He locked himself in that. So the story of Isaac is that he locks himself in the cage because he blames himself for his parents' divorce. But the whole biblical references stuff is it's all in his imagination. She didn't actually trap him in the chest. She didn't actually throw him in the basement. No, he just blames himself. It's a pretty sad game, actually. So canonically, yes, Isaac does die, but like, what happens to the mom after that? And there was actually another game called Legend of Bumbo, which was the prequel to Isaac. It's actually how Isaac got his imagination from his dad. So they were actually playing games together, and that's what that game is. It's pretty interesting. Yes, it's pretty deep about a crying baby. It's a pretty deep story. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty much the end of the episode. I just wanted to bring that up because that was the last time I streamed, just talking about it. But yeah, I did manage to beat eugenics. I have not 100% yet, 100% it yet because there's a lot of achievements that I have to do. So I'm still gonna play it on the side, but I think Dead Frontier right now is taking priority right now because I gotta buy scrap. Four Souls is it's Isaac's universe. It's just a representation of the game, of the Isaac game. But it's not really canon because it has like a lot of stuff from other media, I guess you can say. I don't know. But ever since I started playing eugenics and I started noticing all the references, I've been like a bigger fan of the Macmillan verse. It's called Macmillan verse because that's the name of the dev, Edmund Macmillan. And also, actually, one of the bosses in the future, because in Act 3, you go to the future. It's part of the story. You go to the future literally just to mess things up. And when you go to the deep future, it's called the End. And the boss there is actually called the Mother. And I'm pretty sure that boss is actually Isaac's mom, but like corrupted with the cat obsession. Because the boss's whole gimmick is actually pulling in cats towards the boss to basically insta kill them if you're not smart about it. And it's literally called the mother. So whatever happens turns her into a monster. But the game doesn't really explain what happens, and they hinted at DLC that's going to expand on that, which is really interesting. All of this from a silly cat game. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I like how people can be so creative like that. It's so cool. Anyways, we're crafting the Godforge. Highly doubt that this is going to finish at all. But I'm going to leave this for a couple days, so we'll call an episode here. So I did mention earlier I am going to visit home for the Easter weekend, so I won't be streaming for the rest of the week. It's just a one stream week. I will be visiting home, and I'll get back and then continue, but it does give plenty of time for this big craft to process. Yes, thank you. I think it'll be a good time. Hopefully we do end up going camping, because that'd be pretty fun. Anyways, for now, thank you for your time and support. Have a good night as always. I appreciate it. Take care, and bye-bye. I should just raid, right? I just put it in my head, like, wait, I should raid. I'll end the recording here, though. Take care, VOD watchers. Bye-bye.